Welcome.
Welcome back.
This is our last episode of the season.
Last episode.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Kim is still not with us.
She didn't die.
Wait. She's Kim?
Hi.
Oh, that's oh yeah.
She's back,
She is back. I thought that was
Just-
I thought that was your other girl.
Oh my God.
Oh, psych. Sorry. Was I not supposed to say that?
Baby, I love you. I love you. There's nobody else other than Moxie. I love you too, girl. This is the last episode of the season. We are doing.
Yeah. I forgot we were just together earlier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Last
what?
episode of the season. What are you gonna say?
I don't mean. What do you mean? I just forgot you were together. What do you mean?
I was just trying to get you into more trouble.
Oh, okay. Yeah, last episode of the season. It is. I always mess up the name. I know it's Northern Skies over Empty Space, right? Not spaces.
El norte sobre el vacío.
El Norte sobre el Vacío.
El norte sobre el vacío.
No, pues es el Norte sobre el Vacío. Eso sí, eso sí.
Oh, sí, sí.
Sí, señor. We should have brought hats, bro.
You know, I thought about it. I'm not gonna lie.
What's wrong with us?
I did think about it. I'm like, I have one. I was gonna be like, maybe I should just cowboy.
We need to start doing more bits on the show. We really do. We need to
I
start
mean,
doing more.
if you
The
really-
doctor thing was perfect. That was great.
If you really, really want, we could shoot the podcast later and go get him.
Nah, it's too late.
All right,
Next
it's too late.
season, we're doing bits on the show. Right, Kim? We're doing bits. Kim is going to be on every single episode. She's not going to miss a single one. Right, Kim? And we're all going to have
That
so
was
much
a very
fucking
confident
fun. We're going to have so much fun next season. But until then, this is the last episode.
Kim and I are bored, and you're just like, this is fun, right, guys?
This is fun.
This is fun, right?
But yeah, this is the last episode for this season.
Last
and
episode.
We're going to be back next. I don't know when.
I have no idea.
We have no idea, but we're gonna be back. We're gonna
gonna
be
be back,
shooting
yeah.
still around this time, right?
Yeah,
We're gonna
yeah,
take a
but
little
we're-
break, maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna take a break on content, putting stuff out, but we'll get things more prepared, so
Yeah.
that way, you know.
Yeah. So, but we put out 20 episodes of this thing,
15, technically.
but still, we put out 20
Yeah.
episodes in total.
Yeah, total
Of this
20
thing.
episodes, yeah.
That's something to be proud of.
Time
'Cause last
flies, though. Time flies.
We gave up at 4 last time. Or was it 5?
We gave up at 4, and then we decided to come back.
We did one
do
episode
5,
with a guest.
and then the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did the pandemic hit before or after we did an episode with Matt?
After.
So
Because
we
we
had that
shot
Matt
with him.
episode, and then
Yeah.
but it wasn't recorded on video, right?
No, we were just nothing was recorded on video. The first 5 episodes were not recorded on
Yeah, they
video.
were.
No, they weren't.
Well, at least one episode was.
One was, but I couldn't render it from my.
We
computer,
didn't.
so
Yeah,
never
we
did
didn't
it.
end up.
And then so
putting
we
it
just
out.
decided just to do a podcast.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Yeah. But that was a good episode. That was a good episode. I'm sad that it never went out. Maybe we should put it out just like as an in-betweener. Or maybe we just have
Yeah,
him
but
back.
he. Do I have it still? Do you have it? Oh, I think I know where it's at. Somewhere in one of my drives, I think.
Okay. You're never going to see that.
Possibly.
I'm just saying that you're never going to look for it. You probably will. You're responsible.
Yeah, the thing is that we don't have it. It's just a podcast. We don't have it recorded, so
Yeah.
like video. So I don't know. We could have him on the podcast again.
I liked him a
I haven't
lot.
talked to him in like years, though. I think so.
Since we did the podcast?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I think after I texted him because I saw a shirt that reminded me of him, and he said, "Bro, get it to me," and I said, "No."
Hey, if he's down to be back, now that we have our shit together,
Yeah, we do have.
and
our
we
shit
can
together.
keep doing this consistently, I think we can have him back.
Yeah, we can have him back.
So,
Okay.
but yeah, so this movie, it's do you know the director and all that?
Alejandra Marquez Abello. I think her last name is
No, you're gonna have to give me a refresher on the
Abella.
names.
Abella.
Abella.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to give me a refresher on the names because I forgot everybody's name on the movie.
I honestly don't really know. And like,
Arnulfo, I remember that one.
that's the main
That
guy,
was
right?
the brother.
Oh, that was the brother. Arnulfo.
You got Elias. That was the son.
Elias, yeah, Rosa was the daughter, or was that the wife?
Rosa was the maid.
Oh, Rosa was the maid. Sorry. Yes. And then the thing is, the names aren't on here, except for Rosa. I don't know why. They're not on IMDb.
She
So
edited her own IMDb.
possibly.
And look how tall she is. What a tall little girl.
Huh? She's
What
such
a-
a tall little girl.
She's just a tall little girl to me. I don't know what to tell you.
She built kind of weird though over here.
She is, yeah,
You
yeah.
see
yeah.
what I'm seeing right now? That's kind
Yeah,
of
no,
crazy.
she like low on the bottom, but then she big at the top. She built just like a
That
daddy.
reminds me of somebody.
Just like a daddy.
I know. I
Oh,
seen
she
that
got those
before.
same blue eyes. Look at her just fucking pawing the microphone. All right.
Just like her daddy.
Just like a daddy.
Anyways, back to the movie.
Names. I still don't know the names.
I'll have to put him up. I think through the movie.
Arnulfo,
I don't know the name.
Elias, Rosa. That's it.
That's it. There's a lot of there's quite a few characters. Not like crazy, but still.
I just meant the main guy. That's the only one I need a name of.
Reynaldo.
Oh yeah, because Kim wanted to name her kid that, and then she was like, I don't even know how to say it. Say it.
What was it?
Reynaldo.
What was it?
Reynaldo.
Reynaldo.
Oh, I kind of like the way that shit rings. It had a little ring to it. What about Arnulfo? Y'all don't like Arnulfo?
Arnulfo, not a fan.
No?
Nothing against any Arnulfos out there. Maybe some.
What were you
offense.
going to say about Reynaldo?
Oh, I just want to know people's names so that we can talk about them.
I have him here. I haven't pulled up.
What's the wife's name?
Her name is Sofia.
Sophia. And the daughters?
Lily. And the other one's not here, so I don't know.
This movie, like 10 minutes into the movie, 10, 15 minutes into the movie, I was like, these are the movies that I kind of want to make.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know?
Right?
Like, these are the movies that like that are different. You know,
Yeah.
they're different. They have a tone. Yeah, Siri agrees with me. And so like there's just something about this style of a movie.
Yeah.
You know, it reminds me a little bit of The Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly.
Like it's just so well made and like very
It has an idea.
yeah.
It has an idea.
You know what it also reminds me of? Kim, tell me if you agree, because I have no idea. I don't know. It reminded me a little bit of Midsummer. Just a little bit. Just the
I
tiniest
get what
bit.
you're saying, but I think it's the sound.
I think it's the sound.
I think it's the
I think it's the tone of the movie. You know,
Mm-hmm.
of like what the hell is going on, kind of thing, and like why is all of this happening, kind of thing, and yeah, like I just love that kind of movie, and so this is one of them, and I love seeing that, like, because it's usually about white people, but I love seeing my people, you know.
That's why I thought it was exciting. I remember it was the first time I saw the trailer on. I followed somebody that posted the trailer, I think. And so I watched it because I'm like, okay, this seems interesting. And I remember when I watched it, I was like, that's exciting. Because I've
Yeah.
never seen a movie, I guess like a
thriller like that.
well, yes, because like those are the movies like those are my favorite movies, but I do like that style of film, right? But like when I saw it, the trailer, like immediately I was like, oh my god, like that looks very good. And I thought about you because I'm like, those are the movies that you want to direct.
Yeah.
Like that's that tone. Like I know the tone that you like, and that's the tone.
Yeah.
And it's not a scary movie, but even my nephew was kind of watching it with me. Not really watching it, but like he was like playing. And at some point he was like, is that a scary movie? And I was like, that's not a scary movie. But it gives a tone, right? So it's just like, it kind of is because like, you know, you have the lingering of like, and that's the thing, like I always talk about like why I want to write stories about like Mexico and like the way life is. Because there's just that underlining tone of like somebody's could be watching you or somebody could, you know, something bad could happen at like any moment in a way. Because there's always that, you know, like narcos going around and stuff like that. And this movie like really brought that, even if they weren't there most of the time, you know, but that underlining that underlining tone,
eeriness.
that eeriness of it is just like, you're living your life, but you're subconsciously like, you know, at any moment somebody could just come and just, like they just pulled up to their house and was like, hey,
Middle of Easter, which is,
the-
by the way, this Sunday.
I know.
What a weird timing.
I totally forgot about that. I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, like even with Kim, like because I asked her, I was like, hey, like, do you want to be in the podcast tomorrow? If you do you want to see this movie with me?
yeah,
And I showed her the trailer, and I think it was like what, like 2-3 shots, Kim,
Yeah.
and you were like, okay, yeah, I'm in.
yeah. I mean, it's and the crazy thing about it is that it doesn't have like the story isn't like the way the Killing of the Sacred Deer is.
No.
Where like that's that one thing about the guy, right? This is just kind of like
Life.
them living life.
Yeah.
Kind of like in that way, like driving my car, what we talked about. But it does portray it, I think, very well, and it obviously does have a story and stuff like that. And he, at the end, obviously, he dies, but
Yeah.
but I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah.
Like I've seen movies like this, but I've seen white stories like this.
Yeah.
But
And also, like, it like stays true to like that lifestyle. Like, there's a lot of themes and a lot of things said. I remember one of the things that Kim asked at the end was why. What did you say, Kim? You asked me a question.
Like, why did the scenes keep repeating? Like that sunscreen one?
yeah, I had
thought
that
was
same
weird.
question.
I thought it was a little weird.
Well,
I
I
didn't
thought it was
understand
gonna. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like. When I watched the trailer, I'm like, maybe there's a monster, and maybe there's something going on, or like about aliens or something. Cause like, even the name of it, it kind of felt like, okay, maybe there is something about aliens that are coming, and he's like, he's in the middle of essentially of nowhere, right?
Vacío, yeah.
And so then it repeats, and then I remember I told you that even in the trailer, there's that weird shot where it splits, and then it's something else, and I'm like, okay. And so I just wanted to ask, like, what did you think that was? Because the movie has nothing to do with that after.
No.
Like after that, like they don't repeat. At the end, it has the
They
same.
repeat it, yeah, but not like throughout the entire movie.
Well, they repeat the shot, like that lens that they do, that split of whatever, but they don't repeat the last scene again.
They do.
Do they?
They do repeats of like her getting shot and then going back to like them talking before she gets shot.
Oh no, you're right.
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
so it happens again.
Okay, so just in the beginning and the
Beginning and the end, yeah. So it's kind of like bookends, which I love when that happens. I love when you tie it back to something that happens. I don't know what the meaning was behind it, but one of the things that I love that they said was that a lot of people just pretend to be that life, to be about that life, right? A lot of people
Yeah.
just put on the hat and just be like, oh, I'm a farmer, and it's just like whenever it gets too hot, they go back.
Yeah.
And so like I love that. I love that because that is something that I think about a lot. And that was one of the themes that I thought it touched on a lot. That were just like, everybody just puts on a hat, go to the party, and then when it gets too hot, they go back to their, to their comfortable life.
And especially I felt that way about Raul.
Yeah.
Where he was like he's like, well, I don't see your son, Elias, right? He's like, I don't see Elias really trying to take el rancho. It's like, I was hoping that he doesn't say, obviously he's kind of more discreet with it, but he wanted the rancho, essentially.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely when shit got real, first one in the car. And you could tell his character, like you saw his car. Like his car wasn't a truck or it wasn't like this old beat up thing or nothing. It was like a not brand new, but it was like a kind of a sports car, right?
It wasn't a sports car. It was like a one of those little. It's not a sedan, but like the cubes, like it wasn't a Kia, but it was one of those styles of cars where it's like very like a hatchback kind of car.
No, you're talking about the son.
No, I'm talking about Raul.
Was it?
Yeah. When they left, I remember when they left, I was like, what kind of courtesy drive? Like the seats look nice, and then like it went back, and I think I saw the hatchback.
Okay, never mind then.
I may be wrong though. I may
I
be
know what you're talking
confusing
about.
it.
They're not like
But he was like that, and I think in a way Ronaldo was too. Like I think Ronaldo wasn't about that life. I mean, he was, but like because he was meant to be, right? Because he has this legacy that means so much to him, and he just wants to keep that legacy for some reason alive, like to stubborn levels of
Yeah, I think he's kind of like a fraud,
Yes.
and you could tell from the very beginning.
Oh,
like
the
you're just
first
like
scene.
he can kill the fucking deer.
He's too worried about the fucking sunscreen and making sure his skin is okay.
Yeah.
over getting the kill.
But even then, he couldn't hit the shot.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
And like, remember, for him, it's like appearances were everything. And like, he wanted to be, I think he was so obsessed with being like his dad. Mm-hmm. And that's why the dreams always haunted him with the puma and like all that stuff. And like, he saw himself in that role. Like,
And also why his brother didn't, like, he was like, what are you doing, man? Like, go with your family. And he was like, oh, man, it's the 20th anniversary of the ranch, my guy. Like, come on.
Yeah,
and
he
it's
was-
like, dude, there's other things other than the ranch.
he's like, there's family and, you know, this dangerous. He was telling him, because all those things were already happening and stuff.
Yeah.
So I just found it was, I mean, that's the only way I could describe him. Like, he was kind of like fraudulent, you know? It's like he wanted that life because, like, he had it.
It's a legacy.
It's a legacy. He had the rancho. He was really the one that would go there and like do all that stuff. But it was more like his dream than he was like a true like. Like in my family, there's people that way. But like my dad is like about that life. Like if my dad could go, like he knows everything about a rancho. But like in my family, we've had people that are like that. They have all that stuff. But they don't know how to like manage it, or they don't know what to do. They just like hire people to like, cause it's just like, well, you know. But my dad is like, my dad also like studied that stuff too. Like which was funny, cause like yesterday, that's one of the questions on the TikTok. Like, what is what is it? What do you call a person that researches animals? And it's a zoologist, but that's what my dad is essentially a zoologist. So even though he didn't like do that in his career, like he still knows all that stuff. So to me, like when I'm growing up, like I guess also maybe that's why I related to that film, because I was like, I know that guy. Like that guy's close to my family, but not saying that it's my dad. It's not my dad. Like my dad's the guy that actually knows about all that stuff. But yeah, people have that thing where just like I have all this and this is what I should portray and like I need to be like my father, but he wasn't, you know. And like you could clearly tell, like, because they were moving back to wherever, like they would say like they lived in Monterrey, so this is like kind of a vacation thing that they were doing and stuff. But it is kind of, he is kind of off. Like you think he's like the leader of the family, and he kind of is. But
everybody lets him believe he is.
I like that. Yeah, that's what it is. It kind of everybody lets him believe that he is, but he's really not.
Yeah, he doesn't do shit. Even Kim was like, he's not doing a damn thing. I haven't seen this man do a damn thing the entire movie.
No,
like,
he doesn't.
They were digging a ditch. Everybody else was digging a ditch.
Everybody else is digging a ditch, yeah.
They were hunting. Everybody else was doing the shooting. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't do anything but ride a horse with his
That is
granddaughter.
true, yeah.
And so, like, and he had balls. I mean, he stayed behind. He confronted the people.
But I think it was
and
more
like
out
he
of
was
image.
playing a character.
Yeah.
But like, it was still like, you know.
I think it was more out of that though, like, you know, keeping up his image
Yeah,
with people. And
absolutely.
It's like, if I go, what am I gonna, you know?
Yeah.
Because even then, like his son, right? Like, I feel like, man, like no matter how scared you are, if your dad was there, I feel like if his son should have stayed with him.
Yeah.
Like everybody else go inside, cool.
Yeah.
But like Elias, it's nothing like, yeah, you should. But like it shows the family. It's just like, I'm not gonna go out there. Like, you know, I'm from the city, man.
Yeah.
I didn't sign up for this shit.
This is a side. Elias is gay, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, there was a scene where the mom started crying,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
and she was like, "Oh, it's the menopause or whatever," and they had said something about the boyfriend. I think they said Elias. And I'm thinking that's why the dad didn't want to do anything to do with him, and that why he was so pissed off the entire time.
I thought he was just pissed off because he never wanted to take charge of like he didn't want to live that same life, you know? Because like when he gets out the car, first of all, he was the one that didn't have a cowboy hat in the very beginning.
Yeah.
But when he gets out the car, what does he do? He like grabs his hat, like just a regular hat, and puts it on, and it just made me feel like he doesn't even wear hats.
Yeah.
But like that was
What he had to do for
what he had
for
to do
his
to be.
dad.
Yeah, it was like a prop
Yeah.
for him, and it
Yeah.
felt like a prop, and I thought that was very interesting because I was like,
Yeah.
now he's got to put out the facade, right? Like his little character just to please his dad.
I love this movie. Like that, the more we talk about it, the more I'm like,
There's
man,
so much things in it, right?
There's so many things about like just like culture and like like really things that like are too uncomfortable people to talk about.
Yeah, no,
right.
100%.
That like whenever I see people wearing hats that look like they have never like worked a day in their life or whatever.
That
or
life.
like they have like soft hands. You know what I mean? Like like
yeah,
super like cowboy tough guy, but they're like
Yeah,
super soft because
Vanessa's
they haven't done
family.
shit.
Vanessa's family calls him Vaquero Light.
Yeah, vaquero light. So like whenever you see like those vaquero light, like I mean, it's what you think, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like
100%.
you're never gonna bring it up, you know?
Yeah, no.
And so like, uh, but I love that this movie portrayed that, and like that's what this kind of like movie, and also like about pride, about family, about like how everybody is just wanting to be something.
For somebody else.
Yes. Like the Lily, she can't date the surfer guy because you
Yeah.
know it's not what the family wants. You know, like she wants to move in
She
with
wants
him,
to move out,
and it's
yeah.
like, bro, you're like fucking 30 years old.
Well, that's what Rosa was saying, but that's very true. It's just like, well, like if my family doesn't like him, like what is our life gonna be like?
Yeah.
My family has, and that's so true. Like
Yeah.
it's just like I understand, but it was funny when she said it. She's like, you're old. Like,
Yeah.
you can move out with your fucking boyfriend if you want to move out.
Yeah.
Even the tattoo, like she got the tattoo, didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
It was a small tattoo. We didn't get to see it, but I'm sure it was on the like on her back. And she said it was small, so like she showed her mom. It was like, oh my god, your dad's gonna die, blah blah blah, this and that.
Yeah.
So she definitely living like, she's kind of living like a double life, right? She's living the life that her parents want her to live and
Yeah.
all that stuff when she's with them, but then she's living kind of her own thing, you know, like her sister.
Yeah.
Like I think that's the life they want her Lily to live.
Exactly.
Get married.
She's the only one with
be a
married
mom.
with kids and
Which, by the way, I can't remember the name of her sister right now from the life of me.
Oh,
but lady got some balls because when those guys came and she was like, "Hey, I can't put the kids to sleep." And then she comes out and Raul's all like, "We're talking with the family. Like, I'll go in a second." And she's like, "I can't put the kids to sleep." And then he's like, "Ahorita vengo familia." Do you remember that? He's like,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god." But I mean,
that doesn't even show the balls that she has. It's just how much the guy is a vaquero light. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it's
no,
just-
that's true. Yeah. How
Yeah.
much balls he doesn't have, right?
Exactly.
But like she basically owns the whole relationship.
Yeah.
So it has a lot of interesting relationships.
Yeah.
I think are cool. Even like with the brother, like especially that scene where he's like, I'm going back with my family. And like his brother seems kind of like in real life, like in his real life. Like a supporting character, but like he knows it.
Yeah.
And like Reynaldo feels like he's a supporting character, but he doesn't know it.
Yeah.
He thinks he's the lead, and he's not, you know?
Yeah.
And so like his brother was so grounded in his performance, and I thought that was cool. I mean, Reynaldo did a great job too, but because he played the character he was supposed to. But like I do that topic, I think it's like great that you said it, that topic of like everybody everybody kind of plays with it, like plays along with him that he's the lead or like he's the leader
head
of the family.
house, yeah.
And he's not, you know. But
No.
they're just kind of like he's kind of
But he
delusional.
truly he has gave the brother the second place mug and everything like that. It's just like, you know, like I don't know, it's weird.
I mean, you could argue that Rosa was the one that ran that whole bitch, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Right,
Yeah.
because she was really the one that killed all that shit, and
Yeah.
even the daughter Lily. Remember when they got home for the Easter, and then the mom was putting like los huevos everywhere, the eggs, sorry, the Easter eggs. Remember they brought home something that they killed, but the daughter killed it. The guy didn't kill it. I don't remember what it was. It was like it was duck, I think. I think it was a duck. Because he said it to the wife, like, everybody asking for duck, but nobody wants to eat it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah, when they were like hunting, they had the dog with them.
Yeah, she killed him, and he
Gonzalitos.
turned around and was like, oh, beginner's luck.
Uh-huh.
And so, like, did he ever kill anything? Besides the
No.
guy at the end. He did obviously killed that guy at the end.
What guy at the end?
The guy that he was chasing. He shot him right in between the eyes.
Oh yeah, that guy. Okay.
Yeah,
No, I
they-
thought you meant the one that Rosa had killed.
Oh no! Yeah.
the
So,
very, very
sorry.
end.
Before that, before the
Before the
ending,
end.
the other
The
ending.
prelogue to the end.
Yeah, reload. My bad. I forgot. Yeah, he shot that guy, and also, why do you think the inside of the truck was red? Like, why did she light it red? I mean, it looked cool and everything, but
I would have just done it because it looked cool, honestly.
yeah, right. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I thought. But I also was like, maybe because like I don't think I noticed it, but I didn't pay attention to it. If that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like I was like, oh yeah, it's red, but I didn't like in my head. I wasn't like, why is it red? Like I didn't ask that question until this time around.
If it's a metaphor, it has to be something like, them seeing red.
I just think it has great lighting too.
It's amazing.
It's a beautiful
So
movie,
good.
right?
Did I ever tell you about like the shot that I have in my head of like a chase going on by those? Have you ever been like on a road trip and you see like those big ass windmills and how like they're all like flashing red, but like all these hundreds of windmills flashing red, but like in unison. Like it's not like
not
one here,
randomized.
one here, one here. No. It's just like boom, boom. And I just imagine like dead night and then just like red flashing while somebody's getting chased. And all of a sudden, like one of those red things are gone.
Yeah.
See that shot, man.
No, I see it. I see it too.
Do it.
I see it too.
wanna do it.
It's nice, and it's very. It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I've ever seen. I guess something in the night being was because like what would you really use red for in lighting, right? Like I don't think I've ever seen a movie that way. But it worked so well.
Yeah.
Like
There's a movie that we just rewatched. Actually, it kind of like not inspired, but like I had seen it right before we shot Coexist, and it was a movie called, what was it called, Kim? The one with the Frogger.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, I forgot too. But in one of the scenes, they were burying a body, and it was all lit by like their tail lights, and it was all red. I loved it. I love the way it looked. And so like I've always wanted to do something with like
I
super
do like
red
shots like
lighting.
that. I don't remember what movie or what show I've seen it in, but I love Lovecraft Country.
Okay.
I
Did you tell me
think
to watch that?
I did tell you to watch that. I think they put like what was it? Like the car was coming, and they were inside of like an old beat up cabin, and I just love when the light peeks through like the window and like the cracks of the house, and like so they're lit in like a random. I think it looks very cool, but I do like when they light things with like a car.
Yeah.
Like I think that's because it's like such a direct light, and you only get to see what's coming through the window or
Yeah.
the cracks of whatever, like the door and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
But I also like that they didn't hide it. That they didn't hide the light. That they just put it out there, the LED strips, you can see it in the car. Like it's not like, why is this car red on the inside? But like, yeah, no, they customized it so it could be red. Like stop thinking about it. You know what I mean?
in this movie,
Yeah.
I
in
didn't
this
see
movie.
the LEDs.
You didn't see the
I don't think I
LEDs?
paid attention to them.
In that screenshot, even look at the screenshot that you sent me. And in the screenshot, you see that the LEDs are like right by the door. I mean, right by the ceiling and shit.
Oh yeah, that is-
Yeah.
Maybe
and
that's
they
how
didn't
you
even try
noticed
to
it.
hide it. It was just,
yeah. It was like a custom job that they did because they liked
Exactly.
it. That's cool. Okay, that makes
Yeah.
you that justifies why the light was red. 'Cause
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
they didn't like go like, oh, it's red just for stylistic purposes. They're like, no, this is just how the truck is. They did it this way.
That's such a beautiful shot, by the way.
Yeah,
Which, by the way,
it's so
the,
fucking good.
the poster of this movie is cool too.
I haven't seen it, I don't think. Oh.
But like the shadow, it says Vacío rather than Norte. I was like, that's cool. I'm like, I ain't never seen that before. But
Norte sobre el vacío. Ah, no mames. No, yeah, I really
Makes
like
sense.
this movie. I understand why this movie isn't for everybody, especially like
Yeah.
if you Kim, what did you think about this movie?
I really liked it.
You liked it?
I did.
Did it take anything away that like you're not like a vaquero light?
You know, I don't have my headphones in, so it's kind of hard to hear anything.
No, I'm saying like so like to me, a lot of the things that I like about this movie was the fact that like there's a lot about the culture of and the stubbornness of Mexicans.
yeah, like
you know?
we relate to it.
We relate to
Yeah,
it.
it's
Yeah.
relatable. Did you
And so
relate
like
to anything?
even though you're not able to relate in that sense to the movie, like was it still enjoyable for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It was really different. That's why I liked it.
Yeah.
Well,
And
for
you know
me,
what? I
anyways,
think
was-
good movies do that, right?
Yeah.
Even if like if you don't relate to the culture of it,
Mm-hmm.
like Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm sure like there are some cultural references to like Chinese people or people from Asian families that we
that
just
okay?
don't. They're
Alright.
Chinese, right? I think they're Chinese.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I think, you know, I never thought about it.
What? Oh, from over there.
I don't think I was like, I don't think I ever like, yeah, okay, all right, yeah.
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 So, like even though they probably have something that like I wouldn't be able to relate to, but like somebody that is from an Asian household or something like that can be like, oh, this is how we do this and X Y Z. Like even then, like the basics of the film are still like hold true for anybody, you know.
Yeah.
And so I think good films do that, and I think this is one of them.
No, 100. Yeah, like I think for us, it's like yeah, it's relatable in that way, and
Uh-huh.
that's why it's so cool.
Yeah.
Cause it's like a movie. Even if it was about a different culture
Uh-huh.
with the same kind of story, you and I would appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like definitely, like this is a
Yeah.
great movie because
Yeah.
this is the type of movies that we want to do, the type of styles we want to do.
Uh-huh.
But the fact that like it's in that like
Yeah.
in our culture
Yeah.
is wild to me.
Because they could have done it. They could have done it. They could have brought it and been like, okay, let's just adapt this movie, but let's make it about white people, so it could be like relatable and sell more tickets or whatever. But they did it. They did
No.
it. It was like representation through and through.
That's the thing though. Like for me, like my dad has a rancho, and like when I was little, we used to go all the time, like to Mexico, and then we like take a day, and like our whole family would go. So I know what that's like.
Yeah.
And like you're just there and like killing and like the animals and all that stuff. And even then I remember when we were so little, like they don't even let you get close, like to the, cause like for example, like their ganado essentially, which is all their cows, is like they're all spread out through the rancho. But what we would do when specifically like, and have our day, like they would still work, like my dad and his brothers.
Yeah.
And herraban los animales, so it's like they'd stamp them with the new ones and stuff like that. They'd not stamp them. What's the word?
The iron?
They'd brand them.
Oh, okay.
And then my dad will cut their ear, which is like a sign. Because like sometimes when you don't have the earpiece, what they used to do back in the day was like just cut. It's a saying, it's a signal to just know which ones are theirs in case they get lost into somebody else's. But anyway, they would go all like with their
Do they
horses
bleed a lot from the ear?
huh?
Because dogs bleed a lot whenever you bite their
Yeah.
ears, right?
Yeah,
They
it
bleed a
squirts
lot?
out. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, they also used to neuter them, like the small ones, stuff like that. It's crazy. Apparently, they can't feel any of that stuff, but
Have you seen the new way of branding,
no.
which is like with like nitrogen,
Also,
liquid nitrogen?
no, no.
So it's like freeze
Yeah.
branding. Fucking insane.
That sounds
I guess
crazy.
more humane, I guess, than
Is it?
yeah, I guess.
I mean, maybe I don't
It's
know.
still a burn, right?
It's
like it
yeah.
still
I mean,
should
it's,
hurt,
it's just
but
the
like,
opposite side of the spectrum,
Yeah.
right? But no, I don't know. That's kind of crazy. I've never seen it though, but it smells disgusting. Terrible smell. You ever smell that before?
No,
You don't want to
no.
smell that. It smells nasty, bro.
I bet.
Because it's the hair.
It's the hair burning, yeah.
It's God.
Have you ever burnt one of your hairs? One time I got one of my hairs.
I don't
and
think I
got
ever.
it. I think smells so gross.
Maybe it's the same smell then.
Maybe.
It's
But just like times 1,000.
yeah, times like 1,000.
Because
It's,
then it just hair is dirty hair.
yeah. But yeah, I know it, and it's also like crazy. Like to like they had this weird rig where it's like the gas tank because in Mexico everybody uses gas, right? So it's like the small gas tank, and there's like a pipe connected to this other thing, and then which is like you know the stoves that the fire comes out through. Yeah. It's like that little thing that's attached to like the gas tank, like where they made it somehow. And so
Interesting.
it like spews like fucking a huge flame, and then they
Yeah.
put the shit on that. Looks so dangerous. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
look safe at all, bro.
Yeah.
But my dad's just like, yeah, can you just hand me that? I'm sorry. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, sure, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, anyways, back to the movie. I do kind of know that life, and even though the things that my family did, because he didn't have any animals. I mean, I think he had some animals like horses and stuff, but he didn't have like ganado. But I still know what that's like, just to
Yeah.
go there and just eat, and But
Yeah. And I'm from the other perspective, who doesn't know anything about that life, but does think about
yeah.
people that want to be.
But you know people.
Yes.
Yeah, you know people. And like you probably know people that are like them.
Yeah.
Where like you've never been there, but in the city, like they always talk about it. Or like there's like, oh, you know that they're light, right? They're vaquero
Yeah.
lights where they don't do any of that
Yeah.
stuff. But like they go because they have it, and
Yeah.
it was passed on. So
And that's another thing that I loved about the film was when Sophia, his wife, they were in bed, and she just goes like, the land was here before your father,
I know.
your grandfather did that or whatever. And he was like, and then at the very end, after everything was done, that we're all dead, all that kind of stuff, you see the deer come out. And it's like, yeah, she's just gonna go on.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. This
It
is
doesn't belong to
nobody's land.
anybody. It
Yeah.
doesn't belong to anybody.
It's just land.
Yeah, I mean, as long as there's a government and you could sell it, they're gonna sell it to you.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have the rights to it. But if everybody dies, you know what's gonna happen? It's like my dad. My dad always says that. He's like, "What's the point of acquiring so much wealth and like you're alone?" It's like, what's gonna happen to that? Well, the government's just gonna take all of that shit. Like, if you guys all of a sudden weren't here and then I just had this house, it's like, well, when I die, what's gonna happen? The government's gonna come in, take the house.
Well, I gotta go.
We're gonna take. When I sold him back, so I could resell it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, but it makes total like when you put it in those perspectives, like it's. I mean, people get attached to like things and houses and land.
Legacy. I don't know. Just legacy, that
Yeah, yeah.
stubbornness. He could have left with them.
He could have.
He could have just said, fuck all this and leave with them. But no, that legacy, that tree, like
That tree, yeah.
Everything just meant so much to him for some, more than his life, more than his family. Like, really?
By the
dude?
way, though, how petty he comes when the Easter Bunny got there.
Yeah.
First off, she got there late. That was fucking hilarious. That was so funny. That was,
She was like, I'm sorry, I'm just late.
She's like, that was yesterday. She's like, oh my, yesterday. It's like I thought, like I was late and I kind of it's like her times were off or whatever. But when she was taking the pictures in the room at night,
Oh, yeah.
and he comes in, how petty of him just to take the oranges.
Yeah.
Because she was eating the oranges from the tree.
Yeah.
And like I guess the tree was already burnt, so they were like the last oranges. So she's like, man, fuck this bitch.
So I'm gonna take them all.
I'm just like, yeah, I gotta do all that, bro. She can have an orange or two. It's fine. But yeah, that was so funny to include it too.
Yeah.
And then him talking on the phone, her phone at the end was kind of like,
bro.
That's kind
Lo
of.
quiero mucho.
Yeah. Yeah.
That shit hurt.
Yeah, because that's the thing. That's also another thing, you know. He was like, it's like almost like he knew too.
Oh, he realized. I think that
Like I mean, his son.
his son knew
Like
that he
I feel
loved
like
him.
I feel like he knew like something was gonna happen or something like that. Because and the car, it felt like he's like te quiero. He said, and it felt like he never said that before to him.
Yeah.
And then his dad was like, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Kind of like, you know, he couldn't say it back. And like that's a
Yeah.
huge thing in like obviously the Hispanic culture to tell somebody you love them or
Shit. He can't even say it.
I never told my parents I love them before. No, but it's like a big thing, especially between guys and their dads, right? But and he didn't say it, so then at the end he's like, I think this is it for me. So yeah, I mean obviously, you know, Reynaldo did know he was gonna die. You good there? And so obviously that's why he told him, you know. You missed
Yeah.
it. You missed it. But it's such a
well-made movie.
It's such a well-made movie, yeah, and
It
it's
had
different.
So much, like, even just the story itself is great, but like the behind, like all the subtext and the culture of it and the
I
it was
feel
just
though
so
like
good.
she's so unique, like the director. And I haven't seen any of her other movies. If she does have other movies, because I feel like she's very new. But or maybe I just need to watch them. But like, I feel like in a few years, when she has a couple movies under her belt or more movies under her belt, and like we start watching them, like she has that style that like I feel like when you watch one of her movies, you just know it's her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's Alejandra Marquez Abella. But what a vision.
Yeah.
You know? I'm still curious about the beginning though. Like I do want to know why in the beginning and the end it repeated. And what was the purpose of like what was that shot with though?
It's called a split diopter. It's a piece of glass. I have them. We can.
I remember. Is this the one that what's his name? Roger Deakins has that he always uses, and like he needed this for a specific movie to be something, so he like worked
double
with
focus.
Yeah, worked with a company. Oh, okay, yeah, he worked with a company to specifically make it, right?
Yeah, but he was trying to hide that. He wasn't trying. He worked with a specific company because he was trying to hide the fact that he was using one.
Yeah, the split between it,
Yes.
right? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like he wanted to be seamless. No, but this is like you can also use them to create this effect of like mirrors and stuff in the shot. And so, yeah.
Yeah, because there was nothing on the other side, on the left. It was just more like
Yeah.
blurry.
So it was done on the side.
It was like out of focus, and it just made you it made you feel like, oh, this person like is kind of like at a loss, and you know. Did you see, by the way, in the beginning, in the very first shot, when like or is it the very first shot? But when he's peeking through like the tall grass and all that stuff, or the bushes, I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you catch the deer on the bottom right corner?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I remember the first time I watched it, I feel like I missed it. And then a few seconds later, right before it left, I was like, oh shit, that was the deer's right there. But she keeps it out of focus. So I thought that was cool.
Oh,
you know
if
how
she keeps it out of focus. I think I noticed.
she keeps it out of focus.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's just because, again, they're like in between. Like
Yeah.
he's hunting, so it's kind of making you feel like you don't get to see everything that's there. Like you
Yeah.
have to have, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think she
Yeah.
does keep it out of focus.
So I don't know why she did that effect on the camera.
Yeah,
But I am glad that she brought it back. Like, if you're gonna do something,
yeah.
if you're not gonna explain it or like it has like a meaning behind it, like bring it back and like have it somewhere else, so that it's like the same meaning, I guess, you know. So like at least you can like think back to the beginning, right? So like you're wanting to link two things together. And so, like, you have to do it again. So, like,
Yeah.
I did like that she did it. Like,
Oh, I love that she did it too. I mean, I'm still I watched it twice. I'm still thinking about what the fuck that was.
Yeah.
You know, and it looked cool.
ask her.
My text her. But
Yeah,
hey.
go ahead.
I don't know. The only thing I could kind of think about
text her?
is like, yeah, I already texted it.
okay.
But the only thing I could kind of think about, it's like the moment, because it's they say the same thing, or is it? No, never mind. They don't. That was before that. But maybe like,
Maybe it's an Eminem moment. His palms are sweaty.
yeah,
Knees
you
are
know
heavy.
what?
Mom spaghetti kind of thing, where he's just like, he doesn't know what to do. He's like, maybe it is one of those things where like he's stuck. He's like an imposter, you know?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm like, that's like the moments he's like started lying, you know? Well, maybe not lying, but lying in the sense of like he killed the deer, but he didn't kill the deer.
No, yeah, no. I would say not lying, but like where he froze.
Because she bails him out twice in those moments.
Yeah.
She bailed him out to kill the deer and gave it to him
Yeah.
so he could say that he killed it.
Yeah.
And then at the end, she kills that guy. Like,
Yeah.
she goes on and starts.
And so
fucking-
that's why I think like those are the moments, like if you look at the both scenes,
Yeah.
those are times where he freezes, right? And maybe like it's like trying to signify his like double vision or something like that of like, fuck, I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna pretend that it's not here or whatever, kind of thing, you know?
Oh,
Because
you
he
know
just starts
what?
looking at his hands and he's just like, okay, I can't do nothing about
No, I
this.
think you're right. I think he folds under pressure.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because remember, he can't hit the deer.
Yeah.
He can't hit the deer, but he hit the guy right at the end.
Uh-huh.
So it's not like his aim is like super bad or anything like that, but it's definitely like
It's a
kind of
pressure.
like that. Like it's a pressure thing. Like
Yeah.
he's like, oh, fuck. Like so, I think he like probably like you said, kind of starts seeing too. He's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like now shit's getting real, and like
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck to do.
And the thing about the guy is that they planned that
Mm-hmm.
thing, right?
Yeah.
And like the other ones, he wasn't in control. Like he wasn't the one to.
No, it's true. I mean, even though like you said, like he kind of had a purpose and he had that idea in his head that he was gonna do it, so he shot him.
Yeah.
You know, and then he had already wounded him, so he wasn't moving so much or anything like that. And there was no pressure because if he missed him, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he was trying to kill him, but he knew that the other guy got away, so they were gonna come back.
Yeah.
And if he got away, he could have just nobody else saw him, like nobody was around him. But in the first shot of that with the split, you remember he really wanted that deer because he wanted first place. And even like in the beginning when he heard the shot, he's like, man, I think they already got one or something like that. So he's always thinking about like my image and like
Yeah.
like I need to be the man of this fucking, and I need to win the competition. I want to have that, you know, that glory. And so I feel like those moments when like he knows that other people are gonna like see his faults, that's kind of like, oh shit, you know. And at the end, even though nobody was really gonna see it, like it's like you said, like there's a whole bunch of people coming at him. It's like, well, he kind of wanted to be the badass that like shot them on. I don't think he shot one of them.
No.
Like, you know, and he had a good sniper, bro. Like she had a rifle, a rifle. Yeah, right. I don't
The
know.
Winchester?
The Winchester, yeah, it's a rifle, right?
I think so. Yeah.
La Winchester.
La Winchester.
La Winchester. But she stole.
Yeah.
Why do you think she brought them, by the way? That was another thing I had a question about. I
I
think
think that she was uh, she was frustrated that she wasn't treated as part of the family, and like almost like if they're gonna, if I'm nothing to them, like I'm just gonna go ahead and fuck them over, and get something out of them, you know?
I had an idea, but I forgot mine now. God damn
Because
it.
I think, like, remember even from like whenever her and Lily were talking, they were like, "Oh, remember we used to call him Dad?" And she was like, "Yeah, I was stupid back then," you know. But like that was her dad. That was her dad to her.
Yeah.
Kimmy was even thinking like, was he her dad?
I thought about that. Yeah.
Me too. And there was like, there's nothing that like proves it that he was or that he
That
wasn't.
he wasn't. Yeah.
But like that could, I mean, either way, she saw him as his dad, right? Taught him everything she knows, probably. I don't know, maybe. And like she became really good at it, right? At every single aspect of it. And so, yeah, and that's why she came back. But I love when she revealed to him like everything that she did. And then she goes like, "Do you tell anybody about the deer?"
I know, and that's why it brings me back to that. Like that, he doesn't even care.
No.
He's just like he just wants to make sure that his
His
reputation
image is
intact.
good, yeah.
You
Because he
know.
probably thinks like, "I'm gonna die." So here you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah. He's
Yeah.
like, it's too late now to be mad
Yeah.
at you for like no fucking reason.
Yeah.
You know. And I think he loves her in that way because he kind of does love her like a daughter. Like I think she's like the son that he's always wanted.
Yeah.
Like this is the best thing I got because like he got two daughters and then his son isn't. He's not that about that life.
No.
You know. And I think he always wanted that like companionship. You
Yeah.
know, and I think that she always, 'cause even in the obviously since the very beginning they're together. It's not his family. It's who's up there with him. It's
Yeah.
her. You know, and at the very end, who died? You know, her, because like they're like inseparable. But like, it's kind of like that thing where he couldn't tell his son, "I love you." I don't think he could ever tell her like, "I love you" like a daughter.
Yeah.
You know, and I think maybe that's all she wanted too. She's like, I just wanted you to
What a
recognize me.
fucking movie. What a movie.
It's
Oh,
such a
and
good
Kim
movie.
wanted to bring up the Sophia's uh, style.
Her style.
Yeah, like her clothing. She was like, "I want to dress like her when I'm older."
Oh, the mom.
Yeah, the mom.
Yeah, she dresses very hip.
Yeah, for honestly though, when I was looking at her, I was like, damn, Reynaldo, okay, I see you.
All right,
boy."
Ronaldo.
I was
How
like,
you only got three?
I'm like, you
three
landed
kids
that,
out of
boy. And then in the very beginning, he takes off his hat, and then I see his bald spot, and I'm just like, come on,
Come on,
man.
bro. That's what the hat's for.
But it's just like it really told his age and everything. And then I saw his wife, and I was like, okay, Reynaldo, I see
Yeah.
you, boy. But yeah, she had good style. She had good style.
It was such a great movie. It
It's
was,
a
it
good-
was,
such
it
a
was
great
really,
movie.
really good.
I'm trying to remember the theory that I had before we move on. Because she told him she's pregnant, and but remember that's one of the things that I'm trying to remember. Because like I had a theory about it. Because remember she's been pregnant for 2 months. It's like they weren't the only ones that came. These aren't the only ones that have come into El Rancho or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like signifying that this isn't the first scenario. He just wasn't here for that.
Yeah.
Because he was probably at home, like in Monterrey or something.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just trying to remember, like, because a part of me feels like she didn't bring them on purpose. Oh, I remember now. I feel like somebody else sneaked in, and she made a deal with those guys, the one that she ended up killing at the end, to protect her from the other ones. Like that's kind of what I felt could have been. Now I know at the end a whole bunch of them came, but I was like, well, she was already pregnant. And for 2 months, right? She's been pregnant for 2 months. And I'm just like, and like, why would she like make a deal with them? And so part of me felt like, I wonder if she made a deal so those two guys could just like, so they could pay them so they could protect the land, but also protect her so she doesn't get, because she got raped.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was thinking. I'm like, maybe like if I pay them, they won't come in here and like destroy everything.
It's a good point.
Because I was like, why else
did-
would she, and he wasn't mad at the end, and I know part of it was because he wanted his reputation, but maybe part of it was because she was scared too. Like, they were never there. It was just the three guys and her. And what are they going to do when, armed men come in there and, try to do whatever the fuck they want? Especially if she's going around doing other shit, like guy shit. It's a big rancho,
Mhm.
They're probably watching her. They got all day to spend,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I have no idea.
That's what I felt like it was. I'm like, I wonder if
It
maybe
took,
she.
it leaves a lot to like for interpretation too.
Because even at the end, like I feel
Not a
like
lot, but like it leaves some to interpretation.
no, but
which
it
I do like
does.
that because it doesn't take away from like the main story.
Exactly. And like I think for me it's hard to believe the way like what you said, because I thought about that too. I'm just like, well, why'd she bring them in just because she like hated the fact that she wasn't part of the family? But I just felt like she loved them so much and she wanted to be so much part of the family, um, that she couldn't probably find the heart in her to do that. You know what I mean? So she's like, well, what other reason would they come there? I was like, well, maybe she brought them because they were just snooping around all the time. So I was like, well, rather than them come in here and fuck everything up, I was like, and do this
What did
to
she
me
say she
again.
did? She said she burned down the tree.
She burned down. Oh, that is true. She burned down the tree.
What else?
And what was the other thing?
She said she made the deal with the guys,
That's
right?
the two things she said. Yeah, made the deal with the guys, and I was the one that burned down the tree.
See, if it was just the tree, it would make sense that she did it out of like spite of not being part of the family. Well, no, because that happened. That happened after she burned down the tree. Was
Yeah.
when the girl was like, when Lily was like, "Thank you, but this is a family matter." That thing was so fucked up. Like we don't need your opinion, but that was after the tree got burned down.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I don't know, but like
I
either way,
I do
like
want to pick her brain about it. I wish I could.
yeah, I know, right? But
Yeah.
it doesn't take away from the fact that it was a fucking great movie, and
I
like
think that's what makes great movies.
Yeah.
And like that's the interpretation I'm talking about, where
Yeah.
it's just like, because I know we discussed. I don't remember what movie we discussed it in, but I remember we were just like, well, like, do you? Oh, I think it was Drive My Car. It was like things
Oh,
get
yeah.
left into interpretations. Like, well, don't you think that's a fault of the director? That it's. I'm like, well, no, because what about if they want it? And not saying that this is the same as that. But I love moments like that. Where like,
Yeah.
what was that about? You know?
and that's fine. That's cool. I like
Yeah,
this
yeah,
type
yeah.
of leave it up.
Yeah,
to
look, Drive My Car,
interpretation.
like that's cool. Like that's in the. I'm not saying
It's not
like.
cool.
It's a bad movie. No, I'm not saying that. Like, I'm not trying to justify that because like I
Yeah.
know it was different and like I know what you meant by that. Like
Yeah.
the fact that like just character development in general. But that's what I enjoy. Like I like that it's so open. You're just like, because it had nothing to do with the story in a sense. Like,
Yeah, no.
It did when
it
like
just it had something to do with a character in the movie.
yeah.
Just like their motives, right? But like it's not the whole driving force behind the movie.
Yeah,
you know. And
exactly.
so like I think that's one of the ones that I enjoy. You know, when it's left up into left up to interpretation in that sense. And so I mean I think this is fine because then it makes
Yeah,
you
yeah.
talk and what did you think about this and why do you think she did that? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, well what about this? What about this moment when she said this? And so like I like that. But yeah, man, like I don't know. There was so many things about the movie that were just like the fact that the guy rolled up in like in a truck, the bad guy that went during the Easter dinner, and it was just like some like I don't know, like it was a song, but it was like sung by a woman, and it was just like so random, and I was just like, all right, dope.
But that's so. But like they listen to that music, you know.
Yeah.
Like even though it's like this beautiful lovey-dovey song, it's just like they don't give a fuck. Like, it's just
Yeah.
like that's a good song, man.
Yeah.
And so like I don't know. I get what you're saying, but that's one thing I did appreciate too. Their truck, because like that's not the typical truck that you would see. But she's like, I don't give a fuck. Like this is like maybe not the most popular truck, but I've seen that truck before. And like the truck had it was like a character.
Yeah.
It was, for me, it felt so,
Yeah, because you could tell it apart from other trucks.
and it was so menacing.
Uh-huh.
Like once you saw it in the shot, like, oh shit, here they
Yeah.
come. But like I love that it wasn't about the people in the truck. It was like about the truck. Like once
Yeah.
you saw that truck, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah,
What the fuck
it's
is going
them.
on? It's them, you know?
Yeah.
Because she took a while to introduce them. Like you see the
Yeah.
truck around, and especially when he was in town and he turned to the left, and you kind of saw one of the guys, but like the truck was really like the menacing. And so I was like,
That's
cool.
the thing that you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And then also like whenever, you know what shot I loved? I love the shot when Teo and Rosa were leaving, and it was just like a static shot of like a window, and they leave, and all of a sudden they just see like the truck. Like getting,
Oh,
they're
yeah,
getting pushed,
yeah.
but it's the same shot. I just love it because it's just like, I'm like, why hasn't she cut away yet? Like it's been like 4 or 5 seconds, and all of a sudden you see the truck. I'm like, Dope, cool. You don't have to cut away. Don't make it a different shot. Just leave it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? And so like I don't know. It's moments like that that I really like about
Yeah,
the
that
show.
was cool. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, there was just so many. I don't know. It was, and also like I guess moments in like the story like that were just funny. That were there for like us,
With the
like
Easter
for our
Bunny.
like when he was talking to the clown,
Uh-huh.
and he's all like, he said something, I can't remember what it was, but it was about the jump house. And then the jump house turned off. He's like, what happened to the jump house?
Yeah.
You know, and this is like, had nothing to do with the movie. It was just dialogue, like little small.
Yeah.
But it just made the movie so much better. Because
Yeah.
like that's just how that's just how people talk. you
Yeah,
know?
there was a scene right around that time where like they were all having different conversations, and you just heard like a glimpse of each conversation, and you just see
know what you're
Elias
talking about.
Elias and the clown having a talk like, I can just solicit another clown services for
Yeah,
and
that's
having
what
like such a serious conversation with a clown. Like I could just solicit somebody else's services to be a clown.
Yeah,
It's just like so professional,
Yeah.
but about a clown. Like it was just so random.
I
and
know,
it was just
I
so
know exactly
funny.
what you're talking about. Yeah, it was right before that one I think I'm talking
Yeah.
about. God, that was
Yeah.
so funny. And even the sisters were fucking hilarious, especially when Elias gets there and the clown shows up, and then the sisters are like, I told you we were gonna get the clown, and you should get the jump house. Like, I got this fucking jump house, you idiot.
Yeah.
And they're like, but I also got a clown.
Yeah.
Like, which is good because her clown didn't show up till the next
What
day.
did she call him? He called her something, right? Menta.
Oh,
It's such a brother thing to do. She like a mensa. Like, it's like-
Yes. That's why I died. I was like, like the dialogue is it was so close to home,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And like, part of me that
Go ahead. Sorry, I was thinking of another moment.
a part of me that feels kind of like, because we've always had that vision of that, like that style of movie.
Yeah.
And obviously I've been writing something like that, and I was like, I just wish we could do this and that. And like we were, and then I see her and I was like, oh my God, like she did it. Like, you know, like she did
Yeah.
it. So it's just like, it's good that the genre got going.
Yeah.
So I hope there's more movies like that. But sorry, what were you going to say?
I was gonna talk about the blocking in one of the scenes when
Are you talking about the Elias one? Because that was
Elias
kind
and
of,
the dad. Or no?
I know what you're talking about now. No, I was talking about Elias and the clown. Because the clown showed up and Elias was, I think, facing like this way, kind of like the way you were. The clown showed up behind him, and then it was this way. Then the clown went behind him and went that way, and then she like tracked a little bit that. But she kept the framing, and like it was kind of cool to watch because it was like it was like triangulated.
Yeah. No, I like the blocking right after that happened. Right after the clown said that he needed an extension cable or something like that, and then he ordered somebody. Elias went to like go order somebody to give him an
Say
extension
life,
cable.
bro. Okay.
And then he goes see his dad, and like the dad never turns to look at him at all. And like Elias was here, dad was here. As Elias got closer to him, the dad just kept walking away.
Yeah.
I was like, that is so.
Yeah.
It never turned around, just kept talking, and Elias was just like answering every question that he had.
Yeah, and that's when he started asking about his wife, his ex-wife. He's like, ¿y la otra?
Yeah.
He's like, well, I think she's gonna get married soon.
Yeah.
Like,
To what? To like you're in custody of the kids? Or like what is the
Yeah.
other guy doing? Lawyer? Oh, you're not gonna get custody of the kids.
yeah.
And so like, but like the blocking of that, like the dad
Yeah.
never turning around.
It's sad, bro.
It's so sad.
It's fucking sad.
but
to
like
watch.
it's great blocking and great
No, it's
camera work.
amazing,
It's
yeah.
just so
It also the shot feels kind of empty.
yeah.
Cause like there's nothing going on.
Yeah,
Like
like-
she just tracks him coming down. Like it's kind of lengthy.
Yeah.
There's like not really any cuts. It's
Yeah,
just like she
it's
just lets you live the moment
The
raw.
dad is doing busy work too.
Yeah.
Like he's not doing anything really, but he looks busy. He's just like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's just
how's
trying to
the
get as
wife?
far as possible, and
Exactly.
all he's trying to do is get close.
He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to face the situation.
Yeah.
And so like,
I gotta go back and rewatch that. I wonder if he is gay.
this. What? Play the movie again.
Play that hoe.
hit Prime up. Let's see what we have. Yeah, no, it was a great movie.
Yeah, we could
I
we
think-
could watch it again. Or not watch it the whole
Oh,
movie, but
okay,
after
okay.
the podcast over. Show me the scene. Woo!
Yeah, 2 hours, right? I'm hungry.
Same, bro. But anyways,
Yeah, no, but I think we can talk about this movie all fucking
all day, yeah.
It
Yeah,
is
all
so
day.
good.
I love this movie,
And yeah, it's like it's another one of those movies that like the more you talk about it, the more
The more you figure out, the more you want to talk about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like also like the more you talk about it, the more you realize that there's more things to talk about.
Or exactly.
and
that,
so
like,
it's just
by
it's so
figure
good.
out, I mean you figure more things out, but you have more questions because now you figured this out, or you you have an idea of this, and I was like, oh,
but
but
then
what
you
about?
just like, but then you answer your own questions. You know,
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, but then what about this? Oh, he did do that. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
one of those movies. But you want to move on to ratings? Our last ratings of the season, or is there anything else you want to talk about?
I'm trying to think if
We
there is.
we went through the whole movie.
We did, but it like not in like chronological order.
Not
You know,
chronological.
we didn't do like Barbarian. It was like there was just so many cool parts
There's
to
not
it.
much to talk about the Barbarian.
I feel though like we haven't been this excited about a movie in a while because
Yeah.
we've either watched all the other movies or one of us has watched them and like one of us like well I guess yeah, like together
That's
we
the
have
format.
yeah
This is the format of the podcast.
no I know, but like I feel like we haven't been excited about like this was kind of like felt like new.
Yeah.
And we hadn't really reviewed anything quite like this, obviously, because
Yeah.
like even though it is kind of like in the tone and kind of that same feeling that you get from Killing of the Sacred Deer or The Menu, I guess, it's its own thing and the story is different. Like, I feel like with this movie, it was kind of like the way we felt when we watched like Cha Cha Real Smooth for the first time and how excited we were about that movie and how like this is the same feeling I'm getting from that.
Yeah.
Because like, when I watched it again and like not talking to you about it, and I watched it before, but like a few months ago, or maybe yeah, like a few months ago, and I've been wanting to tell you to watch it, but I was like, we'll just do it on the podcast, and it wasn't on my list, like and I
Yeah,
was like,
it
I'm like,
wasn't.
and I was like, oh my god, like I need to do this movie, like
Yeah.
I totally forgot to like do it earlier or whatever. So I'm glad we did, but yeah, it does feel that way. Kind of we haven't been like together. Not that you haven't been excited about your movies and me about mine, but like together it feels like we haven't been excited about
Yeah.
this movie in a while.
Yeah.
But anyways, ratings. I'm good with ratings.
Let's go ratings. Kim, do you remember?
Yes, I haven't pulled up.
Oh, okay.
So no.
The first one is Story.
Story. The story's really good.
His story's good, but there's nothing that really. How do I explain?
It's not like it's really just like a very simple story.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, like everybody.
It's more about what's going on around them
Yeah.
than whatever is actually going
Yeah.
on between them.
Yeah, and that's. I was gonna say like it reminds me of like. I don't know what movie it reminds me of, but it reminds me of something because it's like, and you know, there's a lot of movies like this in Mexican culture where it's like very family oriented. You know, where it's like it's about an entire family rather than just one person. Even though you have like a head person that everybody that is the focus of the film, it's about like the entire relationships of the whole
Exactly.
family. You know, I was gonna say Hereditary, but that doesn't work.
I know what you're talking about, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's more about everything that's around them, too, than what's in between,
Yeah.
right? Like,
It's
without
like
personal
Vecinos,
relationship.
but like scarier, you know?
Yeah, like, it's an ensemble. It's an ensemble movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Like, I think, like, you place yourself in one of the characters because you've been a part of that family or have in some way, shape, or form part of that family. But not like in the main character or anything because like it's like I can't really relate to.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it's a well-written story, but like I feel like it was more about the filmmaking than it was the actual story and like how they told that story.
Yeah.
I kind of want to give it a 3, but I kind of want to give it a 4. You know what I mean?
So I want to give it a 3, but to me,
it's like a high 3, but
the
like a low 4.
culture
That's
that
the
was
thing.
added to the story.
Yeah,
that was
specifically for us,
sprinkled.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gives it a little bit of an extra umph. I'm gonna give it a 3.75. I'm gonna give it 3.75. Because it's not just story; it's about like the history too.
Well, it's the
you know?
history and
There's
like,
a history.
Well, it's also
like it's not stereotypes. What do you call stereotypes that are true? You know, because like I feel like you go with this with every single Mexican family. You know, everybody has something similar to this. And
but stereotypes are stereotypes also because like it's real shit, you know.
Yeah.
It's just like people get mad. I feel because like they're overplayed, you know. And that's when like you bring in the word like stereotypes. Like, well, you know, so you can make stories about it. Just don't make a whole. How to explain it? Like, just don't always make stories about that specific thing, you know. So I see what you're saying with this film. Like, it does have stereotypes, but like, it's not really like focused on that. It's just
Yeah.
like telling like
I
real.
think stereotypes is the wrong word. Maybe it's the right word, but maybe the wrong connotation. Because it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
stereotypes of like, I don't mean like, oh, this film's racist. No, I'm talking about like, this film brings out like historical, not historical, I don't even know what you would call it, but just like things that people go through on a day-to-day basis with their Mexican families.
Yeah, cultural like things, right?
Yeah.
I see what. Yeah. Like, not necessarily like traditions,
Uh-huh.
but just the
Like
way.
conflicts or
Yeah, just the way families work.
Yeah.
You know, like brothers fight.
dynamics.
Dynamics. Yeah. I mean,
Cultural dynamics.
brothers call their sisters mensas.
That's what it is.
All the time.
Yeah.
¿Qué quieres, mensa?
Yeah.
You know, because why? And you know, that's one thing too, like how different all the children were.
Yeah.
Like, in that family, who would you relate to the most?
I don't know. I don't think I relate to anybody. Maybe Elias a little bit. Because
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
With Elias, like, I get this thing where he's like, for example, like my dad and my brother love soccer, right?
Oh, really?
I
know your dad. I didn't know your brother did.
Yeah, they love soccer. Well, my dad more than my brother. But like that's something that brings them together and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. And like with me and my dad, I'm like, what brings us together? You know, because like it's not soccer. And like whenever we watch football, he doesn't really know the rules. And so we're like, oh, why did he do that? And I was like, because that's the only way you can do it. So like, you know, and so like that doesn't bring us together. And so like, I guess I relate to him more than I do
Yeah.
with
But
his
also,
sisters.
like, he's very professional. He like
Yeah.
knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He handles like all the paperwork. I feel like it's the family stuff and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like I was thinking about it for you. I was like him. For me, it's Lily
I could see that.
because she's just doing whatever the fuck she want. But at
But
the
not
same
really.
time, trying to, but not, no, but exactly, but like still thinking about her family.
Yeah.
But like, you know, she picked up the ukulele, she was kind of singing. I kind of like dabble in the shit sometimes. I'm just like, well, whatever, you know, and like, she felt like I was, not saying that we're identical because we're not, like, but like, if I were to relate to somebody, it'd be her.
Oh, you haven't shown your mom the tattoo that you got yet?
No. Yeah. I got a tramp stamp right here on there.
Yeah. It says goose.
It says goose.
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 Better than the loose goose that you used to have. That's what, whenever you get older, that's what it's going to be. Instead of goose, it's going to lose goose.
Lose goose.
Anyway.
No, but I don't have a tattoo. I don't have tattoos. Do you have tattoos? No, right?
Nah. Kim does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 4.
Really? Wow. I had no idea.
I'm trying to think about all of them in my head. I got them all. One. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and 5.
You got 5 tattoos?
Huh?
5 or 4?
I have 4. He's lying.
I'm lying. I'm a liar.
You guys aren't telling me about the 5th one because you got a tramp stamp, don't you?
Yeah.
Ah, fucking knew it.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking knew it. Anyways, but yeah, I feel like, but what I meant, I just asked that because I was just curious about it. But I do like that the brothers and sisters are so different. Like they're not really, you know, because it's so easy just to like not make them real or just make them like, oh, just fight or
Yeah,
just
just like background characters.
Yeah, just background characters
Yeah.
because whatever. But they have their own identity.
Yeah.
And they're all different. They all love each other, but they all hate each other at the same time. You know, and they all know how to manage each other very well because obviously they probably grew up together. But like it felt real. Like it sometimes like you paired people up, but like they had great chemistry. And they were so well developed that it felt like they were actually really, real brothers and sisters. Like they felt like they had history together more than just like, oh, they're just in this movie.
Yeah.
You know, so I really appreciated that.
agree.
Sorry, what the fuck were we rating?
Story. We're still story. God damn.
God damn.
Holy
Maybe it is a 4 because like it was just so well written.
Yeah.
You know, it's not it may not be the most
Dude,
interesting
that would go in
thing.
balance, though. One thing to be well written, that would go in balance. Which balance, I think, is a 5. But like when it comes to like the actual story of the film, I would still give it like a 3.75. 3.75.
Yeah.
Because I love the background behind this story.
Yeah.
I like the cultural what I said, dynamics.
Exactly. But I think it's what you
of
said.
the
Like, it
thing.
feels like it's missing something kind of, but even though it does have its protagonist, like it's more about the family
Yeah,
and
it's
what the
not that it's
family.
missing something. It's just that like
Well, for me, it
it's
does.
just like a whatever story. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not necessarily not. That's I don't want to say whatever.
Not
But it's
whatever,
not
but
tracking somebody specifically, like you said. Like it's not tracking. Like in Eugenio Derbez movie, movie Instructions Not Included or Bajo la Misma Luna. You've seen those movies. They track. They track him and the kid, and it's like that dynamic. It's mostly about the kid and then the mom. And then in the other one, Instructions Not Included, it's like him and his daughter. And like struggling with
Yeah.
so it's just,
But to
it's a
me-
small thing, but this one's like about almost everybody, even though it is about the dad.
But to me, the thing is the fantasticalness of the story. That's why I'm giving it like, because there's like nothing that like is super out of the ordinary. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like
yeah.
Killing of a Sacred Deer, super out of the ordinary.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Instructions Not Included, super out of the ordinary. You know, like it's a story that you really have to think hard about. You know, to like put all the plot points and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
This to me doesn't have that. This is just like a very normal thing that happens, unfortunately, you know? And so like it's about like everyday life. Like, have you ever seen A Marriage Story with Scarlett Johansson and
Yeah. Sorry. Yes, I have. Yes, I
Adam
have.
Driver? You've
Adam
seen
Driver.
it? Did you like it?
I did, yeah. Like certain parts of it, but not like.
But it was mostly about like the acting and then
Yeah.
like the story itself. A white couple getting divorced. Who the hell cares?
I did see that on Twitter. I didn't feel that way about that movie. About like who cares about this white family? Like I think that was more on maybe the acting and stuff than it was like the actual. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain.
That's
it,
what I'm
but
saying. The
yeah.
acting was good. The actual story of it, like, wasn't anything that like to write home about. Like, oh my god, I saw this movie about this multiple universes and this lady traveling through every universe
Yeah.
and like all this other stuff. That's fantastical, you know?
Yeah, I get you.
Somebody falls in love with an AI and like if you just read, if all you're doing is reading
The description?
the byline, right? Like what is this story about? You just read it and you're like, oh, okay, well, what else is on? You know what I mean? But like once you actually watch the movie, everything else is like just jam packed with
Even though, I mean, I get what you're saying. Even in the trailer for this, it's like you don't even know what the movie's about,
Yeah.
but you feel what's it about, you know, and
you
you
feel
kind
the
of like
eeriness, yeah.
you're like, what? So you're curious about it. You're just
Yes.
like, what is this?
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. I kind of,
3.75.
I'll give it 3.5. I don't like half numbers, but 3. I can't decide on 3 and 4.
Okay.
I'll give 3.5.
Okay. All right. Kimberly?
Beauty.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Beauty.
One more time. Do it again.
Stop! Shut the fuck up! Stop interrupting her.
Beauty.
Okay.
Beautifulness.
Beauty. Kimberly. I mean, sorry, beauty. Ah.
Not the laugh.
I think this is a beautiful movie. I think everything. What would you say?
Oh, it is.
What?
It's 5. It's just 5.
5 what?
Never mind, bro. Just go.
Did you get that?
Yeah,
What?
it's fine.
5 what?
What is it? Is he okay today?
What are you talking about?
Nothing, bro. Just
You
continue.
didn't get it?
Oh, it's a 5? Is
Yes,
that what
bro.
you're saying? Oh, okay. I thought you just did this.
No, I just. I thought,
Hi. What the fuck you want me to do?
no, go ahead. Just continue.
Okay.
That was,
So yeah, it's
interesting.
a 5 for me. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Like there's no doubt about it. Like there's such simple shots.
Yeah.
But so great. Like even like whenever they're like in Easter, like the dinner, then like you get like that dolly in and like they're all having dinner. You just see him at the head of the table being happy or whatever, because that's his place according to him. You know what I mean? And so like even just like little things like that, it's just so good. Kim loved all the animals that got killed in the movie, right, baby?
Yeah, it was great.
fantastic.
Yeah, no, she hated all the animals getting killed.
Have you ever experienced that in real life? No.
I don't want to.
You never seen a dead cow in front of you and people just taking off the skin? No. It's pretty crazy. You know, I was so little too when that shit would happen, because I used to go to Mexico all the time.
Yeah.
And we just like randomly, like my uncle would buy like my grandpa's cow, and then he'd be like, "Hey, yeah, come over. We're all gonna eat." And then they'd kill it. They'd shoot it twice in the head, and then they cut the throat so it could drip out all the blood, and then they start skinning it. No, you never done that before?
good.
It's crazy. It was so normal for me though until like then because like again I grew up with that going every summer and in the winters. And then I started growing up, and it's like, I nobody really does that, do they?
Yeah.
Like, not even like a lot of Mexican households do that.
Yeah,
You know, because
no.
like, but like, yeah, it's
We see it. We live right behind the ranch, and sometimes we just see like, we're like, is that cowhide just hanging on the fence? Just the
I heard-
skin of a cow?
I heard the chicken screaming. I think.
Oh yeah. There's times where like you just see like, like, no, they're having so much fun. Having so much fun, those chickens.
my mom has a great story. Well, first of all, she was terrified at the time it happened to her. But when she was little, my grandpa got a chicken, and the way he used to kill chickens back then was they used to like grab him by the neck and then just swing him.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he chopped the head off, and he like let the body go, and the chicken kept running.
Uh huh.
I've never seen it before,
Yeah.
but my mom did tell me that shit, and she's like, I was fucking terrified.
Have you ever heard the expression running around like chickens with their heads cut off?
I think I have, yeah.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere, but it's just running around. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
I've seen that a lot because my uncle in Mexico used to have a lot of chickens. We didn't have a farm; it was just a backyard, and like he would just like pit them together. He would just grab one and like a matraca and just fucking.
I haven't heard
the
that
head
word in
off.
so long.
Or have you heard? Oh, did I ever tell you the story about whenever he did it to a turtle? He had a turtle, and I was like, "Oh, a little turtle, awesome!" It was like a big ass turtle. I'm like, "Oh, that's so awesome!" And then I go home, I come back, turtle's dead. Turtle is no longer inside of the shell anymore.
Oh
like
my
that, it's just
God.
the shell upside down. Everything, all the guts have been taken out, all that kind of shit. It's just the shell. He's making turtle soup, and then he
That's some exotic shit. We don't do that.
tosses me what I think is like a water balloon. And I grab it and I was like, what the fuck is this?
That's tripas.
No, this is fucking the bladder, still with turtle pee all over it. And I was like, why would you give this to a 6-year-old? Like, what's wrong with you? But
That is pretty
Yeah.
crazy. We've never had anything exotic like that. Now I do know in Mexico there's certain restaurants. I don't know what they call it. You know how like deer is
you know,
yeah deer meat is what is it called here?
veal.
Veal. They call it. So they changed the name so it doesn't sound so fucking. Anyway, they do that in Mexico when because there's certain places that sell. Oh, I think it was like in clandestine kind of a thing. Like they weren't telling people, but they would put it on the menu because some people didn't know about it. They'd kill horses, and you eat horse meat.
What was it called?
I don't remember. That's what I'm trying to remember.
Oh,
But they
okay.
did have a special name for it, and some I think some places did sell it as like regular meat, but you have to be very careful sometimes.
What is that thing? Like, instead of lamb, like a baby lamb, they call it something else. They call it something
I don't know.
cute. But it's just like, oh, I'm having this for dinner. I'm like, that's just a baby lamb. Like, that's all you're eating. Just a little child.
I don't know. Let me look it up. I'm kind of curious. Just a baby lamb?
Yeah. Baby lamb meat. Or baby goat. No, baby lamb.
Mutton?
Is it mutton? Is there another word for it?
It just says mutton. Lamb refers to meat from young sheep less than 12 months.
Perfect. Less than 10 Really young, yeah. Maybe it's mutton.
It could
Or
be.
a calf. What is it when it's from a calf instead of a cow?
Veal? But isn't that?
So what's deer?
No, I think, what the fuck?
Maybe. Oh yeah, no, that's right. Veal is baby cow.
Venison.
Venison.
Ah, yeah.
Isn't that where Vanessa used to go to college? No, it's Denison, right?
It's Denison. It's Denison.
Okay. In Ohio. Yeehaw.
Beautifulness.
So beauty's a 5,
Five,
bro.
bro. It's a
There's so
5.
many shots that we
So
can
many
list.
shots. The truck shot again is
The
amazing.
truck shot, one
No.
more time.
Yeah.
The beginning of like just them looking over the grass, great.
Yeah.
The oh my God, I can't believe we haven't even talked about this. When Rose is just lying dead, and he's just looking at the deer on his wall, and all you see like no sound, just like a little grenade, just trinkle in,
Oh,
and you
yeah.
just like focus on it, and it's like he's fucked. He's about to die. Ah, wow, what a sequence!
I wonder. Sorry, I'm still thinking about he did look up at the deer. I wonder if that's because like Rosa dies and he looks up at the deer, and I just wonder if it's like, damn, she killed all those bitches
Oh, what are you? Now she's dead too.
for me. Goddamn. I wonder if he was like, I didn't do anything with my life, kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
Probably.
That's crazy.
Now I'm gonna die.
But everybody gonna believe that I did.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And why did Rosa come back with no fucking bullets? Girl, what do you think this is? What do you think this is?
I like how Theo was like, I love you, but then like she goes back and he's not there, and it's just like I just know he was in the truck. It's like, fuck it, that ain't even my baby anyway. You know?
All right, Beauty, 5
5.
out of 5. Would give it a 6 if we could. I love the way this movie looked.
It looks
I guarantee
amazing.
it.
It's like, fuck, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's next, Kimberly?
Soundtrack.
Soundtrack.
I'd give it a 4. It's that eerie noise that like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's
yeah.
like have you? Oh, I guess never mind. I don't really. It's like it sounds like an indigenous kind of like those like wonky sound. I don't know how to explain it, but
Yeah.
but you could just tell there was like just something smelled bad.
Yeah.
You know, and I do remember the soundtrack, and it's very closely tied. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't say it's a 5 just because it's not quite there with like her. I feel because her, I think it's very well placed and like the moments that it had, and then all the like every song was amazing. But I think this was like it didn't feel repetitive. And in the moments that it was there, but it was that same sound rather than like change it up or like something like that. So
I agree.
So I say 4.
I agree.
I say 4.
Faux.
Oh.
Balance.
Whoa.
Why she always had it?
Whoa. Lost my balance there for a second.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I told
That
you.
was a 5. The script, top notch.
I think 5 too. Yeah, I think
The
everything
acting?
about this movie. Yeah, I think everything's great. Yeah.
Cinematography,
I wonder who the cinematographer was.
probably her, bro.
I was thinking maybe, but I don't know. Let me see.
Alfonso Cuarón.
No, Claudia Becerril.
Damn, another woman.
Bulos.
What's up, bro?
Yeah,
This is. To all my queens out there.
she's fucking good. They're both fucking good. God
Yeah.
damn it. There's
Good shit, y'all. Kimberly?
Rewatchability.
5, bro.
5.
5, right?
I want to rewatch this movie
Yeah.
already, honestly.
Yeah, you're not gonna catch everything the first time, and you
Yeah.
could watch it 10 times, and you still won't fucking know everything about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
5.
It's a 5. God, it's so good. Okay, what's next? Oh, that it? Yeah, that's it, right?
No.
Just something about
Oh, just something about it.
About it. You gonna give it a 10?
You gonna give it a
You gonna
10?
give it a 10?
I don't know. I'm kind of like on. I think for me, it's because it is missing that like in the story where like I'm not. It's relatable because I've lived through things like that, but like I can't like connect myself to one character.
Yeah.
You know, and I love that. I love when
Yeah.
like so, but it's close to at 9 maybe
9?
8 9.
I'm agree with whatever you say at this
Yeah.
point. I think 9. I think it's a 9.
I think it's a 9 too. Yeah.
Moxie, what do you think?
9.
9.
9 it is.
She
Yeah.
said 9.
Yeah.
had
Good
to
shit.
think about it,
Moxie,
she
good
said.
shit.
She had to think about it. She was like, "What was that movie again?" Yeah, she said 9. Damn.
God, this is such a good movie.
Yeah. And you know what? This is such a good season.
It was, wasn't it?
Look at us.
Look at us.
Hey, who would have thought?
Not me.
Look at us. We got Kim back. Kim, say something to the audience.
Wow.
Wow.
I see why you
Beautiful
love her.
words. Yes, yes.
So much to say.
So much to say, so little time.
Yeah. Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, she is.
Good season though.
Good season. All right, bye, everyone.
See you next week.
Wait, okay, so are we going to say anything about the season, next season at all?
Do you wanna talk about it?
Okay.
So we're talking about a new format, right?
We're talking about new format. Nothing too straying too
Kind of
away
the same,
from what
but
we're doing.
adding more than changing.
Yeah, we're adding more than we are changing. we want to bring guests. We want to bring guests from either the industry or just people that love movies,
Yeah.
right? And get different perspectives. Before the pandemic hit, we did an interview with Matt.
Matthew Manelli, his name. He was going to SMU. He was doing his bachelor's in acting, so BFA,
Yeah,
Bachelor's in Fine Arts.
yeah,
And we wanted to kind of bring in people and see what their ideas of the industry was and their goals and like different steps in people's in lives, right? So like, you know, the movie industry, in just one movie, like even if there was one person working like every job, that's still a lot of people. I mean, you got directors, you got actors, you got the
makeup
cinematographer,
artists, you got special effects people.
everything.
You got so many
You got
jobs.
to make one movie, one
Yeah.
2-hour movie.
It's so crazy, and that's why it's so daunting to make movies, right? Because you need a village to grow this baby, you know.
Yeah.
And so
You need good people, and that's exactly why, like, it's the hardest thing. It's like I told you before, like with the whole acting thing. It's like I wish it was just based on talent, but sometimes it's not. It's just it's
Yeah.
based on trust,
Yeah.
because I imagine when you're on set, you don't want the person that's like in, like, you know, like dreaming about like what he thinks or the ideas, and he keeps like, you need the person that you could trust that's gonna show up,
absolutely,
you know,
yeah.
rather than like keep talking about his ideas or whatever.
And also in film, it's not just about who you know. Shit, I messed that up. Also in film, it's not about it's not about just what you know, but it's about who you know.
Yeah.
And so we want to get to know people.
Yeah,
right?
that is true.
And not just so that we could get jobs through them, but like because like knowing people in this industry and what they have to go through and all that kind of stuff, I think it's healthy not just for us, but also to you beautiful people. And so
Yeah, but it's also a way to learn, you know?
Yeah.
Like some people are curious about like what's going on in those movies, you know, or
Absolutely.
like what do they think about,
Yeah.
or how do they even just like, I think one of the things is like, well, how do you even get into that? You know? Cuz like it's one thing being a director
or an actor.
or an actor.
Yeah.
But being a cinematographer, that's different.
Yeah.
That's like you really have to like something must have like molded you as a child, or be like, oh, I watched this and like I didn't want to do this or that. Like that's what I wanted to do, because I
Yeah.
like the way, like Roger Deakins. You look at Roger Deakins, bro. You're just like, Roger Deakins or Deakins?
Deacon.
Deakins, right?
Deacon.
Anyway,
It's Roger Deacon. I'm never wrong.
anyways, but like he's totally different personality wise from any actor and from any director, and I'm sure he's been in the movie industry for so long and at the highest peak that there is. If he really wanted to direct a movie, I feel like he probably could.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to do that. He's like, I don't give a fuck about any of that.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm concerned about how the movie looks.
What if he has?
And how the movie makes you feel. Direct?
Yeah.
I could check his IMDb. Maybe it was like that too. Maybe he did want to be a director
Uh-huh.
and then took cinematography jobs to
And
get in.
that's
People
how a
do
lot
that.
of it
People do
happens,
that. Yeah.
Like gaffers and all those other things. They just start
True.
being extra and they'll be like, oh, this is fun. You know, it's better than, because not everybody's meant to go through all that pressure of being a director, right? Or have the spotlight on them like being an actor. And so like, it really, there's a job for everyone, every type of person. Even like Kim, she's very quiet. She's very,
Reserved.
she's very reserved, but like, she'll take down some notes. She'll be like a person that would tell you that this was not here in the last shot or whatever. That's a whole job, you know? And so I think highlighting those jobs and highlighting the different avenues, I think would even open up ideas for people
Yeah.
of like, you know what? Maybe it wasn't directing that I wanted to do. Maybe it was that. I
Yeah.
knew I wanted to be involved in movies somehow, but maybe that is the job that I want.
Maybe
for
that's what I
myself.
want, right? And I
Yeah.
think also like what we wanted to do was kind of like be like a place where people like, if people wanted something, like if we have somebody that's like a new filmmaker, right? And he's like, I want to make this, but I'm a director. It's like, and I need actors, or I need a cinematographer. I got my actors, but I can't really find a cinematographer. It's like we'd like to be that, like we'd like to be the middleman too.
The plug.
The plug. God damn, you can't say it
That's
better.
another thing. That's another thing. We're gonna change the name to the plug,
The,
the cinema plug, and
I like
yeah,
that.
movie plug.
The cinema plug. Anyways, but yeah, but you know what I mean, right? So like,
Yeah,
or if you're an actor and like, we know that something's going on with the directors. Oh, he's making movies. Like, oh yeah, we could refer you to them. Like, oh, like email them or whatever. Like,
yeah.
I think people sometimes don't know where to go, and like I think small festivals do that for people as well. Um,
Oh, I know a director now. Oh, look at that. I did an interview with somebody, and this guy that had a film in South by uh, came up and he gave me his card and shit.
oh really?
Yeah, it was something llamas. The Dalai Lama.
That's the name of the movie.
No, the Mali Lama. Yeah, the Mali Lama. That's his production company,
Oh okay.
and he did a movie that was like took place in the border, but he said it wasn't a border film. I'm gonna hit him up.
The Mali Lama.
The Mali Lama
What's the name? What's the
Productions.
name?
Mali Lama Productions, I
But
think.
what's his name? Do you know?
He gave me his card, but I forgot. I'm gonna be honest. I think the movie's like Extraction or something like that.
I think I heard of that.
It may not be that then.
Oh no, Extraction is with yeah, it's not that. It's Chris Hemsworth.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. Did you find Mali Lama Productions?
Let me look it up on. Just regular internet here. Mali Lama Studios, right?
Oh yeah,
Deadland. That's it.
I think so. Maybe we can hit him up and see if he wants to join us in the podcast. He seemed very cool.
Yeah.
But
Also, want to say that not saying that he's not big enough to shoot Extraction, but when I saw the movie, I meant like, no, that's not it. Like that's not the movie I was thinking about.
oh no, I was thinking like that's not it. That's like he's not big
Lance
enough to
Larson, is
shoot.
that his name?
Lance? Let me see him. No.
He's a director, bro.
Yeah.
Well, this is Deadland, and the director is him.
Well, I wasn't him, so we'll see.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
We'll figure it out. I got his card. I'll just shoot him an email and see what he says. But yeah, so we're gonna start production this summer, and yeah, it's gonna be a new experience. Hopefully, you guys like it, and just looking forward to the next season. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm already starting to watch it. What's one movie that you're gonna have next season?
One movie that I'm gonna have next season. I think I want to do maybe Chicuarotes. Chicuarotes. I was gonna do that this season, but it's okay.
There's a movie that this movie reminded me of that I wanted to do. Pero ya se me olvidó. I forgot already.
Well, I'll name a few. Maybe we could finally do the before trilogies.
Oh, I have to do a scary movie just because it's probably gonna come out around the time of Halloween. So I'll have to do something like Midsummer or
Yeah.
Hereditary or something like
Did you
that.
guys do Speak No Evil yet?
No, I'm definitely gonna have Speaking
We
of
have to
Evil.
do that one.
Oh, you changed it, yeah. We had it on the list originally, and then you
Wait.
changed it.
What was the movie? Kim, what are the movies that we've watched recently?
Not many, unfortunately.
You good over there?
Not that I can think of any.
You know what? Next season, I'm definitely gonna have Speaking of Evil on the
Okay.
podcast. That's a movie I think everybody should watch. It's just so frustrating. I love it.
It's a scary movie though, or horror?
No, it's a thriller.
Well,
but
thriller, yes.
yeah.
It's like in that realm, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like it's not like a romance or anything.
Creepy.
It's creepy. Okay.
But yeah, so Speaking of Evil, Chicuarotes.
Chicuarotes,
All right.
the before trilogies.
Kim, what's another movie that you want to have next season?
Let's watch Love Rosie.
She said, ooh. Oh, and by the way, with the guests that we have on the podcast, we're still gonna ask them to watch,
Yeah, yeah.
to give us a movie to watch.
Yeah, but we won't rate it.
We're
I
not gonna
think.
rate them. We're just
Yeah.
gonna talk about why they chose the movie. So, for example, whenever we interviewed Matt, it was Paddington. I love Paddington.
Paddington 2.
He loves Paddington. No, Paddington 2 was just coming out. Whenever he recommended it.
That's so. I'm telling you, it was Paddington too, because I remember that I was like, should I watch the first one? And no, I said, do you need to watch the first one to understand the second one? He's like, no.
When did Paddington 2 come out?
Yeah, I think it came out around that time, but I was also like already being able to. You could already buy it.
Really?
I know it was 2 though, cause he had just watched it. I remember he's like, I love that movie. It came out. Oh, it came out 2018. So yeah, it wasn't just coming out.
Oh, okay. So he recommended Paddington 2.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah? Yeah.
Yes,
he
it was
recommended
Paddington
2.
I know it was that. Like I said, I didn't watch the first one.
Yeah.
And he was like, well.
And we just talked about it, why he loved it and why, it was a special film to him and everything. And so
Yeah.
it was a great, I think we should put it out. I think we should put Matt's episode out. Even if it's just like an audio file or whatever. I think it was a dope episode. Or we could just have him back. We can see what we do. But you got in a fight with him, right?
Yeah.
Never mind. So
Yeah, I
okay.
fucked him up real good too.
Yeah. Fucked him up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Jesus.
Oh.
I mean, not to show off. I think that's up to him to decide if it was good or not. But all right. And so.
Fucked him up.
Oh, got it.
No, I didn't though. We didn't get in a fight either. I don't know where you got that from.
Yeah.
He's like
Fake news.
twice as big as me, and
No, I just meant like a verbal fight. Like, we're not talking anymore.
no, I don't know where you got that from. You just make that up.
It was you. You're Jeff, right? Jeff and Matt.
My name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Well, I will hit him up, and I'll ask him if you want. We can discuss about him being back on, and then shoot a new episode.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I really liked him as a guest. They had a lot of interesting things to say.
Yeah, he's very smart.
Yeah, smart boy. But yeah, we'll see you next time. We don't have no idea when that's gonna be.
It
We're
could
gonna
be the
continue
summer, but
shooting.
it could be like also in August or something.
We're gonna be shooting in the summer for sure, but like we don't know when the first episode is gonna come out and all that kind of stuff. Also, maybe a lost podcast. Don't think I forgot about that.
Hey, I haven't forgot about the Avengers podcast you said the other day. So
Hey, if you do the last podcast, I'll do the Avengers podcast.
that's at least 3 hours of shooting, though. You can't even get this one right yet.
What do you mean 3 hours of shooting?
Well, because it's like if you take, to put this up, it takes like half an hour to take it down to about the same thing.
I want to move all of us into the other room.
Okay.
I want to completely. I think we're gonna get a CNC machine so we can make some backgrounds, and I think we're gonna make that the podcast room so that it's always set up.
Yeah.
Because this is a pain in the ass to set up and break down, which we're about to do. So. Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe it will look different. Maybe this will look different next time.
Maybe.
So take a good look. All
of a sudden, so we're back in our garage. It didn't go as well as we thought it
Shit
was,
did not work out.
but it's okay.
Nah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Machi's gonna still be there. Kim is still gonna be there. Gustavo will bring you back, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be
I'm
what?
gonna bring y'all back.
I said we were gonna bring you back. It's fine.
Yeah, cool. I'll bring you back too.
So yeah. Until next time.